Hi everyone, thank you for joining the channel, joining me today I should say. It's great to have you here again. Lots of you are subscribing at the moment, which is fabulous. It sort of makes doing the videos even more worthwhile because it feels like we're all in this together, especially when it comes to the twin flame journey, because wow, is that tricky sometimes. Yep. Anyway, right, I'm going to get into doing the karmic read. Last week's karmic read was fascinating because what we saw last week was her moving. I'm saying her, it doesn't have to be her. I'm just saying her for whatever reason. But please take the reading, you know, whichever way it applies to you in your circumstances, in terms of gender, in terms of energy. But anyway, yeah, just to clear that. The karmic last week was feeling that she had options, that she, or they, as I should say, are trying to consider whether or not to move on. So she'd gone from the very clinging energy the week before to an energy of considering moving on last week. If you haven't seen that reading, you might want to have a look at that before you look at this. But actually, I'm going to go now. I'm just so interested to see what the energy is between them this week. Last week we saw the DM behaving in a way that, you know, he was just seeing this as a physical relationship, and, you know, there wasn't much love there. It was just sort of, yeah, he loved having a physical relationship and that was that. And, you know, it all felt like there was no emotion between them at all, really. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking about last week, but I just wanted to sort of set the scene because we saw a major shift last week. So I'm going to be interested to see whether things have slipped a bit or moved forward. So let's get started. Okay, Spirit, please can we tune into the DMs, the collective. Oh, okay. They know what I'm going to ask them because they're always one step ahead of me. So this is about the DM and how he's feeling towards the karmic, please. Do we want these? No, we want that one. Okay. Okay. Let me move them over. So we have authority, we have obstacles and challenges, we have harmony, and we have patience and planning. So the DM this week is feeling like he wants to take charge of this situation. He's feeling like, you know, he's making decisions, he's standing in his strength, he's standing in his power, he's taking very much a leadership role in this relationship. So that's good news in a way, because what we've seen through the karmic readings is manipulation on behalf of the karmic. And so for him now to actually say, do you know what, I'm taking the lead here, I'm making some decisions, I'm standing in my power, then, you know, that is good news. And I think in a way he's had to do that because there have been obstacles, there have been challenges, you know, and he's felt that he needs to sort this out once and for all. You know, he's fed up sidestepping, he's fed up, you know, going round the issues. He actually feels that he needs to be strong and he needs to take the lead, he needs to make some decisions to move forward, because what he wants is a more harmonious living arrangement. And I say that because, you know, at the moment, what we're seeing is him just wanting a peaceful life, you know. And I think there's been turbulence in this relationship. There definitely hasn't been much harmony at all. And I think maybe there's been a lot of arguments in the past. I don't even want to say the past week. Last week sort of felt more like it was a casual party type of atmosphere, relationship, energy. This week it's feeling like it's the, you know, they're dealing with real stuff, and, you know, he just wants to get on and get over all the problems. Basically, he just wants a peaceful life, and he's through with having to dance around, frankly. So what we're seeing from the Divine Masculine this week is that, you know, he's gone back into his planning phase. You know, he's still being very patient. He's trying to keep things harmonious at home. He stepped forward to try and sort out issues. And I don't necessarily know that he stepped forward in a majorly dominant way. I just think that he has navigated his way through this situation, but he has made that decision to do that. Does that make sense? So rather than being manipulated by the karmic and tantrums and wants and desires and needs over there, and I say over there because I'm going to put the karmic cards in a moment, he's almost gone for an easy life, but he's done that by making some decisions to get through the arguments that will actually keep the peace, okay? But he's done that in quite a cunning way. And I don't know why I say that, because we haven't got any sort of deceit cards or cunning cards here, but, you know, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm hearing. It feels like he is playing the game to a certain degree, but he's doing it with this feeling of inner power. Whereas in the past, he's done it by going with the flow, you know. So now he's back into his patience and planning. What is he planning, I wonder? What is he planning? Can I have another one of these cards? Ah, yes. Okay. Right, he's planning. He's planning his way forward so that financially he can make a decision and move away from the current situation he's in. So, you know, he's keeping the peace until he's in a position to do something practically about it. And we know that that's been a theme for a lot of the DMs. It's been a theme for a lot of people, let's be honest, at the moment. But for the DMs, I think they've been prevented from moving forward in the way they want to because of financial restrictions. So it could be that your DM and karmic are sharing accommodation. It could be that, you know, one or other of them can't afford to be in that accommodation alone, and therefore there's financial implications. But it seems like, yeah, he's decided, he's made the decision, and he's standing in his power because he wants to keep the peace while he builds his financial resources and be able to get out. So if that's what he's planning, but we'll clarify in a moment. Let's see how the karmic is feeling. How is the karmic feeling towards the DM, please? I didn't know which one, Spirit, sorry. Yeah, so the karmic is feeling withdrawn from the DM. So again, they've gone back into this not very happy energy. Is it this one? Take that one first, they said. Oh gosh, she's still got hope, or he's still got hope, but she knows that actually things aren't good. She knows that she's feeling quite melancholy this week. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happened to the opportunities that were presented to her last week, because I very much felt there were other people around her last week and that she'd had offers. And it's not to say that that's not still going on, but this is about the emotion of how she's feeling about the DM. So at the moment, we have a karmic who is feeling very withdrawn from the DM emotionally. And this is no surprise, really, because, you know, the energy of the DM over the past, well, for quite a long time, I think, has actually been this. It's been emotionally withdrawing from the karmic. So it's no great surprise. You know, there's a part of the karmic that still has hope. She still hopes that they can find some sort of solution here, that they can somehow work things out, that everything's going to be all right. But that's only a tiny, tiny bit of hope now. Whereas before she was very enthusiastic that she could hold on to the DM. Now she's feeling very defeated. She's feeling very down, which is why she's withdrawn from him emotionally. And it's probably why there's been arguments this week, you know, because they're just not seeing eye to eye and they're not communicating with each other. So you know, she's feeling very defeated. She feels that her days are numbered, and she doesn't know how this is going to end. And I say that because at the moment there are practicalities to be sorted out. So, you know, she doesn't know where she's going to be. She doesn't know where she's going to stand financially. She doesn't know where she's going to stand emotionally. She thought, remember, this was the karmic who felt that her future was going to be stable and secure if she stayed with this DM. And that's why she's been clinging for such a long time. But in actual fact, the reality is now sort of pretty overwhelming. She has this shred of hope, but she feels defeated and she's feeling melancholy, you know. She's looking back over how things were. She's sad because she felt that this was going to be the answer to all her hopes, prayers and dreams, you know. But it's like the reality of this situation is dawning on her, and this karmic isn't in a happy place this week. So I think that probably the attention last week she was getting from other potential suitors. That's such an old-fashioned word. I don't know why, but they just said that to me. Potential suitors. But no, the attention last week she was getting from potential suitors is what lifted her spirits and made her feel powerful, that she'd got choices and that she wasn't going to be alone. And remember, this is a karmic who, I've always said, I don't feel she's particularly malicious, although her behaviour has been quite manipulative, but I do feel that she is deeply insecure and therefore was looking for security and stability in this DM. And so now she's going back. There is an insecure energy about about the cards we've seen here today, you know, and it feels like she is those emotions are rearing their head again for her. I'm going to pull some tarot. Oh gosh, I shouldn't put the cards so far across the table. I can never reach them. So let's see. Spirit, what can you tell us, please, about authority? Can you give us 2 cards, please, if possible? Yeah. How great is that? Excuse me. I'm going to pull another card because I asked for 2. But there's not much that can alter the effects of wish fulfillment, because, you know, the star card is all about wish fulfillment. So your divine masculine has reached the stage where he thinks, do you know what? If I want life to be as I want it, if I want to take my wishes to be fulfilled, I need to take control of this situation. I need to find the easiest route through, and I need to take control of it because this isn't working, you know? So let me pull another one. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. Spirit, can we have... Oh, here we go. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow, look. The Tower card. I mean, how much clearer can we get? You know, this divine masculine is wanting his wishes to be fulfilled, and he knows that the only way they're going to be fulfilled is if things come crashing down, basically, you know? So this doesn't have to necessarily mean his relationship with the karmic. I'm not saying that he wants to just destroy everything. What I'm saying is that, you know, anything can come crashing down. So this is probably about his thought processes, his breakdown of old sort of aims and goals. So, you know, if he entered into this relationship thinking that it was the be all and end all because, you know, for whatever reason, he went down this road, you know, for his wishes to be fulfilled, he knows that he's got to change his thinking about that. And I think that's the realization that has struck him this week, that, you know, if he keeps thinking in the same mindset, he's not going to get his wish fulfillment, because he's certainly not finding it here. They have constant obstacles and challenges. Let's see what the obstacles and challenges are about, please, Spirit. What's been happening with the obstacles? Which one, please? You want me to take the world? Yeah, there's a sort of... he knows that if he rides the storm... We got some really powerful major arcanas coming out here, but he knows that if he rides this storm at the moment, he'll get his rewards. You know, what goes around comes around. The world card is all about completion. It's about being rewarded for effort. So he knows there's a payoff for just playing the game at the moment, you know, making decisions that are keeping the peace. But it's him that's taking the lead in these decisions, even though it may seem to the karmic like they're getting their own way, like the karmic's getting their own way. What else, please, about? Yeah, there's a bit of hesitance. He knows where he wants to be. We have the Page of Wands here. You know, he's in the early stages of his thinking around this, but he knows, you know, the steps that he's going to need to take. You know, you see on this card here, the cat is showing him the way. He's looking in that direction, but he's pausing just for a moment, just to consider, you know, am I brave enough to walk that path? Am I brave enough to approach my DM, for example, you know? But he already knows the path that he wants. He knows what his wish fulfillment is. He knows that if he keeps the peace at the moment, eventually he will get the reward he wants, and he'll be able to free himself to go on this path that he's choosing. So why do we have the Harmony card then, please? Whoops. He's fed up. He's exhausted with the arguments, you know? He's fed up with arguing with this karmic. He's fed up with the power struggles between them. You know, that's why he's decided to take a stand. You know, whether she's aware that he's taking a stand, who knows? But in his mind, he feels much more in control of this situation. He's exhausted. He's fed up with the fighting. He's ready to have harmony and peace in his life. Yeah, he wants to make a new start. He wants to take a leap of faith. He wants to go in a different direction, you know, because he doesn't want to be in this toxic environment any longer. This is a lovely, clear message again today. I can't believe how many major arcanas we had there. Four major arcanas. Wow. Okay, so what is he planning? What's the patience and planning about, please, Spirit? What's the patience and planning about? Yeah, sorry, I smile. Okay, so yeah, he's being very patient because for this DM, and this is very much around this sort of energy and needing to just, you know, be over with all the dramas and needing to just rest and have peace in his life. Because I think, you know, it's easy for this DM to fall into negative thinking. You know, he's got to plan, he's got to be patient, and for him that is a struggle because, you know, there are days when, in fact lots of days, when he's not been feeling good himself. You know, he's very down, he's very depressed, he looks like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's looking into these cups that are empty and he's dwelling on the negativity of the situation. So he's missing the offer of something new that's coming in, you know, and the light that's outside. He's sitting in a darkened room thinking about the negatives, you know, and this is what he's trying to plan his way forward with, but his planning is hampered by his negative thinking. They've just said to me he feels he's let himself down. And they've said, and others. So, you know, he feels he's let himself down. He feels he's let others down. His self-esteem has taken a battering. And so he's not seeing that, you know, the movement he makes will open positive paths. What he's seeing is the negative experiences in front of him that he has to step through to get to the positivity. So, you know, this is why it's taking its time. Because, again, as we said a few weeks ago, this DM worries about... He's trying to do damage limitation. I've said it every single week, and it's still the best phrase to use. He's trying to get through this situation without upsetting people, you know? This is the divine masculine has, you know, loving energy. And he's trying to get through this situation without hurting the karmic's family, without hurting his own family, you know, without upsetting the apple cart. But he's setting himself a hefty sort of challenge there. Yeah, you see, all he wants is balance in his life, you know. Again, he's in this sort of, he feels that it's all going to fall on his shoulders because he's taking the lead here. You know, we have a sort of a person who is leading this situation, and he feels that the responsibility for this situation falls on his shoulders. What he's not realizing or not acknowledging is that the karmic has a responsibility here too, for the fact that both of them ended up in a relationship, you know. But for some reason, this divine masculine has decided to try and shoulder it all himself, and feels like he's you know, the negative side of him is feeling like he's doing something terrible to the karmic and everybody will judge him for it. When in actual fact, we have quite, yes, an insecure karmic, but this karmic has shown her power in the past, you know, or his power in the past, whichever way you're reading it, you know. They've shown their power in the past. They were manipulative enough to get what they wanted or what they thought they wanted, but actually now the DM feels it's all his responsibility. And, you know, this is why he knows what he wants. He knows that he's got to move forward and he wants to move forward, but he's feeling bad about it because he feels like he messed up. They gave me an extra card. Yeah, you see, he they've just said to me, waiting for a miracle. Okay. They came in there because I was going to say something different to this card, but that's interesting. It's like this DM is waiting to, not to be rescued, that's totally the wrong word actually. He is waiting for a miracle to happen. He's waiting for this energy to lift because he wants to feel more balanced, he wants to feel more peaceful, and he doesn't want to be perceived, because this is what his fear is, of being the bad guy, you know? So he's trying to create, or trying to wait for this sort of magical ending. What he doesn't realise is that he has all the resources within to actually get the results that he wants. He can actually manifest this brand new beginning just by taking these steps. But it's almost like he's staying stuck in the negative energy because he's so scared of dealing with the initial upset that it's sort of becoming more of a challenge than it really needed to be if he'd done it at a faster speed. He has the resources already within to get exactly what he wants in life. And how many major arcanas has he got sitting before him? We have powerful energy for this DM this week. We've had the Tower, the Star, the World, the Fool, the Magician, and the Hierophant. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas on the DM side. You know, how much more powerful does he need it to be? But he's still worried about the impact and being seen as the bad guy. And he what we need from the DM, and what he needs, is for him to step from that energy into this energy where he realizes that what he wants is just in front of him. Right, let's see what comes up for the karmic. I'm going to continue with the same deck as Spirit are wanting me to, so this is going to be interesting. Why do we have emotional withdrawal, Spirit, for the karmic, please? Yeah. She's feeling under pressure. The karmic is feeling under pressure. She feels like she hasn't got the support of the divine masculine anymore, you know? So whereas before she was able to relax a bit and felt that she was secure and stable because this man was here looking after her, now because of feeling emotionally withdrawn and feeling that from him also, she's feeling that she's under pressure. So, you know, it may be that she's got people around her that, you know, are making demands from her. She's maybe having to work more. She's maybe having to, you know, try and make herself financially stable, for example. You know, she's maybe wanting emotional support for him for some emotional issues because she's got other people that are relying on her to support them emotionally. All sorts of things here. But she is feeling very much under pressure and it's making her withdraw completely. Is there anything else on emotional withdrawal, Spirit? It's that one, okay. Yeah, she just wanted to be happy. You know, she wanted to have her dream. She wanted to be able to dance in the sunlight. She wanted it all to be, you know, like a fairy tale, as we've said before. But sadly, it's not like that, you know. That's the vision she had of it, and this is how she's feeling now. So why have we got hope here, please? Yeah, she's hopeful that she will find a path that is as good as the one she was on. So, you know, this is the representative of how she saw the relationship when it started. You know, everything was going to be great. All her cups were filled. It was a big achievement. She felt good about herself. She felt good about life. And, you know, everything was good, but she knows it's not serving her. And she knows, as we said last week, she was thinking about whether or not she should walk because she was already feeling emotionally withdrawn, you know. So she was thinking whether she should walk away from this situation, and this is still a consideration. She's still hoping that she doesn't have to walk away from this situation. As you can see, she's got her back to the DM with this card now. And she's basically picked up her bag and her cat and she's walked. And she's really hoping that she doesn't have to walk away from this situation. But it's not fulfilling her. So she really is in decision-making mode too. What else do we have for Spirit? I'm dropping them. It's this one. Yeah. She feels that things, you know, things are going to be happening at a high speed, and it's going to be something that she feels this is going to happen. This is a fear of hers. She hopes that it doesn't happen, and she hopes that it doesn't happen anytime soon, but the indications are that things are moving at a more rapid pace than she wanted them to. Yeah, she was still she was still hopeful that love was there. She was still hopeful that, you know, the DM, if he'd been a bit distant with her, would come back to her with his loving energy that he approached her with in the first place. You know, that's what she was hoping for. And she's hoping that, again, he comes towards her with that loving energy, and she hopes it happens soon, because there's a part of her that feels, if this loving energy doesn't come back to me soon, I can't be here anymore because it's making me sad, it's making me upset, I feel under pressure, it hasn't brought me happiness, and I'll be forced to walk, you know? And this is where we see the stronger side of this karmic, you know? So on one hand, she's wanting protection, she's wanting stability provided by this DM, but on the other hand, when the chips are down, as the saying goes, she's contemplating whether she'll have to walk. So, you know, there is a strength there, but I think it's this will be a last ditch sort of move, a last sort of a last decision that she'd have to make. She doesn't want to go there. She's still hopeful that she doesn't have to go there, and she's hoping that suddenly he will you know, wake up and smell the coffee and say to her, you know, oh gosh, sorry I've been distant with you. Actually, I do love you, and you know, it's all going to be fine, and you can have your sunny outcome. But she knows she has this defeat card. She's feeling very defeated here. Let's see. What's this conflict and defeat about, Spirit? That's interesting. Wheel of Fortune. She's still, again, hopeful. She's still hoping that this, although she's feeling quite defeated, sorry, I haven't shown you these. Although she's feeling quite defeated, she's still hoping that there's going to be some sort of positive outcome. You know, she's hoping that things will still go in her favour. Let me get another card for that to get more information. Yeah, you see, we have Temperance, but we have it in reverse. You know, so we have her feeling, whereas if it had been upright, it would have meant that she was feeling balanced, she was feeling, you know, like she was in a period of healing, and, you know, everything was going to be fine, that they'd just had a blip and that everything was going to turn out fine. It's like the karmic has recognised that actually things aren't going to turn out fine, that she's not feeling balanced, she's feeling hurt, she's feeling just sad, just down, just defeated at the moment, and she doesn't feel very balanced. She still has, it's interesting that we have the Wheel of Fortune here, because this is really about her hopes and dreams. You know, she's really hoping that things will work out well, whichever direction this goes in. So, you know, at the moment, she's doing quite a lot of solitary thinking, whereas before a lot of her emotions were directed specifically at the DM and what he brought her, what he could offer her, how loved up she felt. Now, she's almost like in survival mode here. Yes, she's got hopes that he will come back with loving energy and bring her sunny outlook, but actually she's now in the energy of feeling, while she's feeling defeated and feeling so down, she just wants things to work out for her and for her to be okay, you know, which is a natural thing. You know, nobody wishes the karmic harm. They're just on their path and their life journey. But, you know, she's just worried about survival at the moment and about things working out okay for her. So, yeah. I feel sad when I'm reading those, which is really strange because I'm a DF myself. But that actually is making me feel sad because I'm picking up the karmic's energy here. It's very sad. I feel almost tearful. And yet, you know, as I say, I should really, from a DF's perspective, because I am a DF and I am in a situation like this, you know, you wouldn't think I would feel that, but I am picking up her energy. It is very, very heavy. I'm very sad. So, you know, the writing is definitely on the wall because the karmic has a true realization, as does the DM. Yeah, she's remembering, because she's looking back to the beginning of their relationship. She felt very nurtured. She felt very loved. She felt very cared for. She felt, like we said before, secure, with Queen of Cups energy here. And she felt like she, you know, at the beginning, she wanted to give to the DM also. You know, it wasn't all about her receiving. She wanted to give her love to him. She wanted to live her fairy tale. She's quite childlike, this karmic, I have to say. You know, she felt that she was at the beginning of some new creative journey, that life was going to become wonderful and something to, you know, explore in a different way to the way she'd had it before. You know, she was ready to sort of embrace everything new and everything creative in her life, and was feeling really good. And that's the energy she wants to be in, again with the Sun card. But it's not looking good, frankly, for her or him, whichever your karmic is. I'm just going to have a drink of water. And then I want to look at the outcome. We'll do 4 cards of outcome down the middle road to give us an indication of the way things are going. I'm just trying to be led by Spirit. Spirit, which cards, please? They want me to use these, which has surprised me because I thought they'd go for Moonology, but they may do in a minute. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Spirit, we want to concentrate, please, on the likely outcome. What is the likely outcome of this situation? So we have the detox card, and this is about clearing out all the negativity. You know, I think both of them realise that this energy is not good for either of them, and, you know, they're looking to clear out this energy between them. Let's see what else. It's not going to happen overnight, DFs, and I'm sorry, I know we're having to be endlessly patient, but, you know, this isn't something that's going to be done in a rush. They know that they've got things to sort out, as we said. We've got the DM here planning with patience, you know. But equally, you know, they're not in a rush to go in either direction. So, you know, they're not in a rush to take things forward, and they're not in a rush to sort things out, really. They're sort of trying to bide their time. Let's see what else. What else, please, Spirit? How else is this going to go? I think this is not, you know, I'm not saying that this is going to go on for years. For some, maybe it could, but this isn't... I just get the feeling there's a lot to sort out, and neither of them are in a good place at the moment. They're both sad. The DM is far more proactive at the moment. He's doing what he can to keep the peace. But in the back of his mind, he's planning, and he's pretty tired with it all. So he's trying to find the best way forward. He's got a karmic who is sad, and probably sad around him, which is making him feel worse about himself. So, yeah. Okay, they are concentrating on superficial stuff at the moment. So, you know, they're not having much fun, because we see the energy here. But, you know, life is... I'm not taking that card literally at all, because, you know, this isn't the energy I'm feeling. They are literally getting through their days and amusing themselves in whatever way they want to amuse themselves, you know? And that may well be them being out and about, spending time with friends, because it's easier to sort of disguise their upset, really, if they're out and about. And they both have recognised that they need something in their lives which is more fulfilling. You know, we have fill the well here. So, you know, it's very much about them clearing out that negative energy, sorting out the things that they need to sort out, the practicalities of what they need to sort out. They're leading a superficial existence now, filling their time with activity and going out seeing friends, etc., just so that they're not stuck at home together, because that's pretty untenable at the moment. And, you know, they both recognise that they need to feel more emotionally fulfilled. So, yeah, interesting energies this week. I'm going to pull... do we want Moonology, Spirit? This feels like a very long reading again. But do we need Moonology? Yeah, okay. They've just said to me, give this advice to DFs. So DFs, this is advice to you from Spirit. And then they want me to pull a Spirit card. We're going to be here all day, seriously. Show the world the real you. So DFs, please do not get drawn into this negative energy. You know, let them deal with whatever they're dealing with. But stay true to yourself, stay authentic, be who you are, you know, try and keep your vibe very positive, because, you know, there's enough negativity on the table. Spirit, please, can you clear my throat, please? Thank you. Okay, so there's enough negativity on the table without us as DFs adding to it. So you need to stand in your own power, DFs, and be who you truly are, and let them sort out this negativity. It's not your negativity. Seriously, it's not. And later on, as I said, I am doing the DM's feeling towards the DF, feelings towards the DF at the moment. So, you know, we'll see how he sees you, and I'm sure it won't be in the negative energy. You know, I'd be very surprised, because you are his DF. So stay positive as much as you can. Spirit, please. I'm not taking those because I don't know which one. This one, okay. Right, so it says the answers you need are coming. So yes, we're having to wait again. And yes, we get fed up being told that, but it is what it is. It's all in divine timing for us in terms of union. So, you know, be who you are. The answers are coming. There's a third one. There's a third one. What's the third one, please? Yeah, adjustments are required. So, you know, the DM is having to make adjustments in life, and you may have to be making adjustments too. But know that you are good enough, you know? Don't let the actions of the DM pull you down, basically. Because the DM has to go on his life journey and experience these things so that he can learn those lessons to be more in alignment with where you're at, DF. And vice versa, you know? If you're a DM that's watching, you know, it's been a difficult path for you, and it's been a difficult path for the DF, and it's been a difficult path for the karmic by the looks of it. So, you know, just know that you are good enough. Please don't slip into this energy that the DM's struggling with at the moment. You know, we want you in this energy. Okay? Because remember, with you being twin flames, the energy that you feel will be the energy that the DM also feels, because you're linked. So if you pull yourself down into negative energy, DFs, you're going to pull your DM with it, and it's going to take him even longer to make the moves that he needs to take in order to get him ready for union with you. Okay? Right, I'm going to end it there because I think this is a very long video and it will take forever to upload onto YouTube. That's purely why I don't like long videos, because it seems to take forever. It must be my internet, I don't know. But anyway, okay, so I hope that answered some of your questions for this week. And please, if you liked, you know, please like, subscribe, you know, join the happy flock. Make sure you tick the notification bell, because I will be doing, as I said, the DM's feelings towards the DF later. And if you didn't catch yesterday's reading, there was I couldn't get the DM off my mind, and there was a message from the DM to the DFs about where he's at the moment. So, you know, obviously we're dealing with the DMs as a collective, so everybody's circumstances will be different. But as I say with all these readings, take from it what resonates with you, and I will catch up with you really soon. Okay, take care. Bye.